Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. So today we're gonna be moving on in our movie sub genre, subtext, however that works. We're gonna be talking about movies again that we don't really hear much about, but giving it a little twist, movies that I forgot about until I saw them again, and one that I want to see again and I just haven't found it and I need to just buy it. And the very first one on my list, I'm gonna dare you to watch it. And the last one on my list, I watched it an unhealthy amount of times already, and I'm gonna watch it again. So, if you are not subscribed to my channel, make sure you're subscribed. I do different videos all the time. I have a couple videos in the works, but I have to get everything set up for it. So this is going to be out before any of those videos are out. Probably a couple of videos will be out before those are edited and completely ready to go. So I'm really excited for them. I can't wait. We're just going to have fun with this today. So I have my notes here. So if I look down, it's because I'm looking at my notes, but I did that because I wanted to make sure I had the names of the people that I wanted to call out in these movies. But yeah, so the first two are from the same year. The last one is from earlier than that. So it's gonna be kind of going back and forth, but that's okay. These three specific movies I had forgotten all about until I saw the I saw them again. I noticed the one was available for streaming and was so excited. The other one I found it finally. One I haven't found, it's not available and I need to buy it. So first one, I found it finally. 2006. This is the one I'm daring you to watch. It's called The Visitation. This book is originally by Frank Peretti, and if you know anything about him, he writes some crazy novels. His novels are genuinely startling. House is one of my favorite of like the mystery, like thriller type books that I've read. I've only read a couple, but he teamed up with Ted Dekker, who is also an amazing writer, and stay tuned on that because I found something that I'm so excited about that I can't wait to share with you. I hope I can find it. I just have to find it. But this was a novel that Frank Peretti wrote, and then it was adapted for film. I did not read the book. I probably should, but the movie is genuinely startling, and I just watched this last week or the week before, and I'm telling you, I was not prepared. Even though I had seen it before, I had forgotten all about how genuinely startling it is, and honestly, watching it now in the world we live in, I was like, that he could have written this last week. There are so many things that I say that about, but I'm not even kidding you. He could be writing about exactly this day and age. Like, it's crazy. But, so the premise of the story, it's a rural town, which the second you hear rural town, you're like, oh no. And there's a pastor there who has lost his wife and he's struggling with it. And in the midst of him struggling, he is approached when some strange things start happening at the local church. The rest of the ministers in town are very confused about what's going on, and a suspicious man who is seeming to be at the helm of this is being sort of, for lack of a better way to say it, exalted into this place. And he, along with another minister and a friend that he makes in town, are trying to figure this out. One of the minister, the other minister, is Randy Travis. And I mean, I don't know about you guys, but there's just something in my heart that I just, oh, and I just have always felt that way. Like, he was on that show Touched by an Angel, and I loved his appearances on there. I thought it was so sweet, and I love the warmth that he has. I don't know. There's just a warmth about him, and I'm not normally a country music fan, but his music's not too bad either. It's normally not my cup of tea, and it's pleasant to listen to. So, but he did a really good job in this movie. He was the one who was like, guys, I don't know. I don't know. And then he's trying to help this other minister, and he's like, look, you know what's in your heart. Like, like I'm here to help you. Like, let me help you. And the guy's like, leave me alone. But then he's like, wait, you are right about this. Something is wrong. And he's like, let me help you. And it just kind of like really puts it in a great place of like how it connects all the lives together. And it's really cool. And it's also, like I said, genuinely startling. I'm not joking. I am not a scary movie person. Don't like it. Don't go there. I've seen a couple, and it's enough for me. The scariest I go, funnily enough, is that M. Night Shyamalan movie, The Visit, with like the old people in the house and the kids. And that's as far as I go. After that, I'm not going. I'm not. If you tell me you're going to see a Saw movie, I'm not going. If you tell me just give me the premise, and I will tell you if I'm going or not. And if it's something like that, I'm not going. It's just the way that I am. I don't like it. I don't understand why somebody would want to go to a theater or go sit in their house and then be afraid to go to sleep at night. I don't, that isn't, it's not clocking for me, if you will. And, I think that sometimes you need a little bit of startling to make the point. So I'm not going to be mad at it. This is used in the right way. It's very cool. I'm not super well versed in scary movies, but a la Pet Sematary, it's got that vibe where you don't really know what's going on, and then you're like starting to figure it out as you go, kind of thing. It also has a little bit of Children of the Corn vibes. It's kind of like if you mix those two stories together, kind of a little bit, and then you added a little bit of something else. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Check it out for yourself. It's available on YouTube right now, but I don't know how long it will be. But you could always just buy the DVD because it's worth it. In fact, I might, because it's worth it. And it's, like I said, it's one of those movies that I had forgotten all about, and somebody mentioned something and it made me think of it, and I was like, oh my god, remember the movie with the guy? And I was telling my mom, and she was like, yes, and it was really good. And my mom hates movies like that, will not watch them. And so thankfully when we watch movies together, I know I'm not gonna have to deal with that because she doesn't like me either. So our tastes run together on that. So I want to move into the next movie. It's the same year, 2006. Now, there is a sort of sentimental value of this movie because this movie defined my teenhood. I was the same age when I watched this last movie I talked about. This movie, this one, defined who I am. If you looked at me at 15 years old and you saw this movie, you get it. You get what I was doing. It is entitled Stick It with an exclamation point, and it is starring Missy Pergram. I hope I'm saying her name right. She was on that show Rookie Blue, which is also a great show, by the way. Um, Jeff Bridges. I mean, you don't need to say much else. I mean, and I always say her name wrong. The Vanessa Legis, something like that. She also was on a great show called American Dreams, but she also more famously was known in the movie The Perfect Man with Hilary Duff, where she played the snarky best friend, which, I mean, of course she did because that's what she was on American Dreams. And she was good at it. And she also was in some Hallmark movies that were pretty good too. There was a Christmas movie I think that she was in that was really good. I don't remember the name of it, but she was in one. This movie is about a girl named Haley who gets in trouble and is given the choice to go to juvie or join a gymnastics club. And she chooses she wants to choose juvie. But she gets sent to the gymnastics club, of course. Why? Because she was a gymnast and decided to give it up. But the gym that she's going to is run by a man who she is not sure she even really likes, let alone respects. But is he actually somebody who could help her? And she has to deal with an ex-rival because her gym rivaled his gym. What's gonna happen? Well, a lot of funny stuff. This is from the makers of Bring It On, so you know that it's going to be funny, and you know it's going to be cool. And when they said, from the makers of Bring It On, and they had the scene in the trailer where the girl, like, falls off the balance beam. Nope. We're going. We're going. And I saw this movie for the first time and was like, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. I love her so much. Can I be like her? I wore my hair like hers whenever, like, I would go to sleep at night. Like, I would put my hair on the top of my head in the floppy thing, and I would make sure I, like, moved my head. I just thought that was so cute. I don't know. I just thought that it was, like, that's what cute girls do. And, yeah, I want to be a gymnast, and that was not going to happen. But a girl could dream, right? But yeah, I love this movie so much. Oh my god, it's so funny. To this day, I will still laugh if you say certain lines. I will quote it over and over again. Like, what's with all the closed captioning? I'm not mute. And because we no Lonito. And I earned my spot. I'm practically a Dalmatian. Dogs are people too, Haley. And many, many others. This movie is so, so cute. I enjoy it so much, and I actually had it DVR'd before we got rid of DirecTV. And we got rid of DirecTV, and it's not available to stream anywhere. And I don't know why, because it's so funny. It's the perfect Tubi movie. Put it on Tubi. But alas, I probably have to just buy it because I love this movie so much, and don't know why I haven't bought it. I should have bought it. This last one is probably going to take the majority of the time of this video because this movie defined my childhood. And I'm not saying like little childhood. I was like 11 when this movie came out. But it also became my personality back then. And I still love it to this day. From 2002. It is entitled Bend It Like Beckham. A lot of people mention this movie in passing, but nobody really gets into it. This movie is so good in every way. So we have, and I wrote her name down fully because I want to give honor where honor is due because I love her so much. She was on ER, and I loved ER even as a kid. I don't know why. I just loved it. And I might say it wrong, but I hope I don't. Parminder Nagra. Beautiful. Love her. She, like, I didn't even realize Like, she did a really good job. So she plays a character named Jasminder, who loves soccer. And she is in a traditional Indian family, and they are very strict and they have their ideals, and so she's trying to do the things that her family would like her to do, but she also really likes to do this thing that they're not happy with. And she comes across a girl named Jules, played by Keira Knightley. We only speak good things of Keira Knightley in this house. We do not. Listen, I will not hear otherwise. I will fight the person who does not say she's incredible at what she does. Love her. Love her so much. She is the only Elizabeth Bennet I want to see. She is perfect in her deliveries. She is great at facials. She will absolutely give 100% to every role that I've seen her in. Love her. This character is no exception. Love her. She's like, oh, hey, I noticed you playing in the park, and you're really cool, you're really good. Well, you should try out for my team. And she's like, oh, well, I kind of can't, my parents. And she's like, well, I mean, talk to him, like, come try out. Just come try out. And she does. And she gets to meet the coach. Gotta take a second for him. Jonathan Rhys Meyers. He played the father in August Rush, another amazing movie that not a lot of people talk about. Probably will do a video on that one. One of my mom's favorite movies, actually. She loves that movie. His song in that movie called This Time is a great song. It should be longer. But he plays the coach in this movie, and he's really nice, and he's like, oh, well, let's see, what you got. And he is like, yeah, come on the team. And he's like, are your parents okay with it? And she's like, oh, yeah, of course, yeah, they're fine. They're not fine, but her new friend Jules is like, just tell them you're gonna get a job with me. We'll do that. We'll come here. It'll work. Is she gonna be able to keep this up? Is she gonna be able to do both things? Can she handle it all? And her sister's getting married. Why not add another thing, right? And this movie is so much fun. It's so bright and colorful and joyful, and it just gives so much heart. The soundtrack is visceral for me. The second I saw this on Tubi for free, it is available right now. You need to go see it if you haven't. That's why I'm not saying anything else about these stories, because you have to see them all. If a movie isn't good, I'll give you spoilers. If not, I'll tell you, go check it out. This one is no exception. Love this movie. The music, though, when I hit play, I said, oh, we're back. We are so back. And I remember it just being so just beautiful to me. I don't know. And I remember somebody that I had hung out with at one point in high school. She got really into Slumdog Millionaire, which is another great movie. And she always said that the music really inspired her. She was a dancer, and she said, the Bollywood Bhangra style music is just so jovial and celebratory. It just makes you feel so excited. And I really, really think so. I think that really brought a part of it. And I think it's really interesting to see the different cultures, because Jules' character, I didn't talk as much about her background. She comes from a traditional English family. And as somebody who grew up in the era where, as a teenager, the mod 60s British, all of that all together, we had Duffy, we had Amy Winehouse, and so I got very into British culture. And from what I know, it is very family centric, which is great. I love it. I love it so much. And I don't know why, but British children, in my heart, they're so sweet. And I think that is a testament to upbringing and culture. So their culture is very simple but elegant and very calm and collected. And so her mom is very like, oh, look at the new colors, look at the florals in these outfits. And she's more sporty and she's like, it's pretty, but I like this, like that's her personality. She goes for the more plain, simple, and I say like, I guess they would call it like utilitarian, like athleisure kind of vibe, which not my vibe, but I understand it because especially somebody who does a lot of things, I tend to go more for the comfort over style. So I have some stylish things ish, but most of my stuff is like leggings and t-shirts. Even my capris are leggings. Like my summer clothes, capri leggings. I have a pair of jean shorts. That's when I get wild. I do own a sundress, and I might pull it out at one point. I don't know. But usually it's just capri leggings and a t-shirt. And that's totally fine. But her mom just goes off the hinges about all of it, and it's honestly funny. It's honestly funny. They do it in a funny way. And it's just so cool to see the mixture of the cultures where you see, one type of family and another type of family. And this movie, it was perfect. It is perfect. If you have a little girl, you need to watch it with her. If you have a teenager, you need to watch it with them. If you were someone who was, raised in a specific culture, you're going to totally get it. You don't have to be in that culture to understand culture. One of the movies that I remember watching growing up was My Big Fat Greek Wedding. I'm Italian, but like my mom says, it's the same. And this is no exception. This is something that you can relate to on some level. Everybody can relate to it on some level. And if you were somebody who was more sporty as a youngster, which I was not, so you would think that I wouldn't really care about the movie, but there was something about it that just really touched my heart, and I think it was more looking at the cultures for me. And I'm also a huge Spice Girls fan. I really liked the Spice Girls growing up. I remember looking at my mom when I was like 6 years old and like, Mom, yeah, I want to be Baby Spice. I want to dye my hair. I want to be blonde. I want to wear a pink dress and hold a pink microphone. And my mom said, heaven help me, we're not doing that. And I'm glad she didn't, because let me tell you, that is not my forte. But I definitely connected with the Mel C in there and the Spice Girls references because, of course, Victoria Beckham is married to, of course, David Beckham, who the movie is centered on. We mention David Beckham so many times, and we see them, and we know. I mean, how do you not? Because he is one of the greatest soccer players of all time. And I'm not a big sports person. I don't know much about sports, but I know some things, and I know, like, in soccer, he's one of them. He's just one of them. And soccer is one of the sports that, like, if I watch it, I can kind of follow it a little bit. Um, and so getting to see it was cool. And also the idea of seeing an Indian wedding was kind of cool because, like, obviously as an American, we know American weddings, simple, elegant, normal, and probably British weddings are the same. Um, but an Indian wedding is so different because there's some colors and things, and there are elements of it that also felt really fun, like watching certain scenes. Like there was a lot of dancing because in Indian culture, dance means so much, and as somebody who loves dance, that just really, it feels good. I like that. It makes me happy. Um, Side note, let me know if you want a list of my favorite dance movies. Maybe I should do that. Let's do that. Um, but yeah, this movie is worth the watch. I told you this would be the majority of my time because it's so good. Again, it's available on Tubi. Go watch it. It's just so special to me, and I have watched it countless times already, and I'm probably gonna watch it again before it goes off, and I'll probably buy it because I want it and I love it so much. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you for your support and your love. It's so fun to get to come on here and do this as a hobby and make videos. I don't know, it's just fun. So, thank you so much. I love you guys. Have a good week. Bye.